This is my first time collaborating on a mural. It's very different from what I traditionally do.
This is a 4-story high wall. Collaborations can go really sideways if two people have different ideas.
How do we create a piece where we're like 50-50? There's you and then there's me, but then there's also this cohesive piece. I am originally from Japan. After Japan, I moved to like China, Hong Kong before moving to Canada. And all those cities are places where I didn't know the language. Art and drawing was kind of a way to connect with a lot of my peers.
Growing up on the island, it was a pretty small community. A lot of the people I looked up to were here in Vancouver. They were taking their graffiti and turning it into more of a fine art practice. It made me want to go down the same path.
When I was studying art, I was really influenced by like Japanese woodblock prints, Chinese ceramics.
The past, like art history, and then combine that with current illustrators and graffiti artists.
Hi, this is Jason. Hey, nice to meet you. Yeah. I know, right? I'm nervous but excited.
Our collaboration is pretty much a reflection of East meets West.
It's two styles coming together.
Have you done anything this big before?
No. Rachel and I started the process very carefully. We started with really small napkin sketches of ideas. It's a very like back and forth type of process. We kind of went into each other's sketchbooks and found what we were both inspired by at the time. Rachel was studying water and I was studying flowers.
Water and flowers, that's kind of like a symbiotic relationship. That was how we wanted to reflect East meets West as a concept. Colors was one of the hardest things, I think.
This mural happened during a time where there's a big paint shortage. The whole supply chain's messed up, so it's hard to get certain colors.
We were having to make adjustments as we went. Start with something, you take a step back. I did have moments of like, can I even do this? Because I'm very scared of heights. When I was working on like the top levels of the scaffolding, my knees were weak. I was like shaking. I was like holding on to one of the railings and painting at the same time. I'm very comfortable with the heights now. It's not something that I worry about anymore. The permanence of a mural, it's exciting, but it's also daunting.
It's hard to tell when you're finally finished because so much work goes into it.
When the final piece is done, you really get to feel the full impact of it. The mural itself is an image of a female figure, and surrounding her are waves as well as flowers kind of scattered throughout the piece. Something that's notable as well is the star on the top that is inspired by the Sapporo logo. Sapporo originated from Hokkaido, which is up north in Japan. I've been to Hokkaido twice in my life. It's one of the fondest memories that I've had with my family.
I like the concept of a North Star, a symbol of not knowing your path, but seeing the direction and following that path and seeing what comes along the way. I hope when people see this piece, they're going to be inspired. They can see the energy that we put into it and the little details that make it all come together. You'll notice like picture lines and then like...
Working with Jason, I definitely learned a lot.
The process of seeing her go from unsure about it to like fully confident is such a good feeling.
Looking at the finished piece, it's almost like you're looking at something new all over again. Just soak it all in and to be proud of all the work that you put in and realize that this is how other people will be able to enjoy the piece as well.
I think it's really important to see artwork in person. I think it's important to see artwork every day. The world would be not as rich if it was all blank walls.